control our bad deeds. Whomsoever Allah guides, is rightly guided. Whomsoever Allah leads to say there's no one to guide. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. And I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant and his slave. It goes on to say in Khutbah al-Hadi, O you who believe, fear Allah, and we should be feared and die not except in the state of Islam as a Muslim. They say, O mankind, be dutiful to your Lord who created you from one single soul, and from him came his mate, and from them both came countless men and women, whom you demand your mutual rights, and reverence the womb that bore you, and Allah is ever watching over you. It goes on further to say, O you who believe, fear Allah, be dutiful to him, and always speak the truth. Sallallahu alayhi. Again, brothers and sisters, believers in the faith of Islam, I greet you again, believers of Assalamu alaikum. And for those that don't know, that's the best greeting you can ever give somebody, the greetings of Allah's peace, God's peace. And it was also reported in Hadith that the messenger, the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went into Medina and he looked them into his face, and he told the people to spread the salams, spread the peace, and feed the people. And then it reported that the man who looked in his face, I think it was a young man, he said, I seen in his face a man who looks truthful, doesn't lie. And it is reported that Prophet Muhammad never told a lie. And also I like to give you the early the blessings of Ramadan Mubarak. And he is blessed of Ramadan, because the Muslims every year look forward to this great month of Ramadan. Ramadan is here to gauge you, to reassess you, to put you in the right, duly proportion, the right balance. It's here to refine you. It's here to bring back the recurrence of Deen al-Fitr, which is the natural ability. Praises be to Allah. A lot of us have not, have missed Ramadan, meaning that they passed away. And if you fast in Ramadan, you get so many barakahs, so many blessings. But if you're not here, you can't receive this. Those who receive more blessings because they fast in Ramadan, with those who have preceded us in death, they can only get the extent to which they fast and they pray during the month of Ramadan. So praises be to Allah, Ramadan Mubarak. I'd like to begin off, and I'd like you all to participate with me too. I read, this is going to be our subject, and it's on Hajj, which is the 12th Dhul Hijrah, the month of the 12th Dhul Hijrah of the Islamic calendar. And this particular chapter is entitled Hajj. And I'd like you all, when I come to a point, we're going to make the prostration, because in this ayat, there's sujood. Sujood means that we got to prostrate. And for the sake of time, I don't know that in Arabic, inshallah, on the next occasion I'm going to recite it in Arabic. I don't want to be stumbling and fumbling, but I hopefully, inshallah, you all can prostrate with me on this particular ayah. A'udhu billahi min shaitan rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. They say, oh, you who believe, bow down and prostrate yourself and worship your Lord and do good so that you will be successful. Alright, now everybody can rise up. We're going to break the test. Sujood, one prostration. And it's many, I don't know how many it is, sujoods that's in the Quran, sujood for prostrate, you know, they've got a little notation about prostration. But this is one of my famous ayats that I memorized because I was teaching the prayer class. And we memorized this. And this is one of them that we memorized. Oh, you who believe. It's not for those who don't believe, it's for those who believe. Bow down. And look at this here. When you bow down, and it's also, I'm going to explain, when you bow down, you're giving. You don't bow down to nothing else. No idols, no man. You know, in Japan and China, they bow down. But in Islam, we only bow down to Allah. You know. So it's also reported that the prophet wanted his back to be level until you are relieved or at ease. You know, and the bowing, you bowing to the Lord of all the worlds. We bow to other things as well. We bow to women, we bow to men, we bow to money, we bow to position, we bow to jobs, we bow to our car, we bow to everything else except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Highly glorified is He. So it says, oh you who believe, oh amanu salihah, oh you who believe, bow down. And now I got a habit, when Allah gives me a thought, I bow down. Oh, Mark, tell him. I tell him, you know, I bow down. Mark, go here. I bow down. I got you. You know, and then let me know I got to do that. When I bow down, Allah tells you then, because He say follow the inspiration that comes to you from your Lord. When you bow down to that inspiration, you bow down to your Lord. All right? So when that thought comes to you, that thought comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if it's good. But if it's one of them evil thoughts of Satan or suggestions of Satan, you say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. We seek refuge in Allah, because Satan wants you to bow down to him. Believe me when I tell you, Satan wants you to bow down to him. But no, we want to bow down to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, highly glorified. Alright? It say, oh you believe, bow down. And then it say prostrate in this ayah. This is verse 77 in chapter 22, Al-Hajj. It say prostrate. So when you prostrate, you go all the way down and you put your head on the ground before your Lord. Now, what is the highest part of your being? It is your head. It is in the heavens. It controls every part of your body. So it's got great importance, doesn't it? So you got to bow down and you got to prostrate. You got to put your head before the Lord of all the world. Your mind. Man, you don't understand. You're going to blow your mind. You're going to get high and blow your mind. You're going to use narcotics to blow your mind. Satan wants you to blow your mind. You're going to drink to blow your mind. You're going to have all these perverted ideas to blow your mind. Man, it's the highest form. And I got to thank Allah. I'm so glad that He made me Muslim. I don't want to blow my mind. I used to blow my mind. LSD, heroin, cocaine, pills, all kinds of syrup. I mean, I blew my mind. I almost died. Or up and down at the same time. I mean, my heart about to stop. And then my mind could have stopped as well. I could have had a stroke. So it says, oh, you believe, bow down and prostrate yourself. It's also an ayat in the Quran, subhanahu wa ta'ala, say, save yourself and your family from the fuel of the fire. Who's going to be like men and stones? Save yourself, your family, from the torment of the hellfire. So you got to first save yourself. You can't save nobody if you're not saved. If you want to save the world, you're going out the door backwards. Here you is flipping and slipping. You fumbling and stumbling. How can you save somebody and you can't even save yourself? Save yourself first. I had to save myself. Let me say, what's wrong with you? Like a tin soldier. I came from 58th Street, 56th Street. I had to protect myself because them guys was on me, waiting on me. Oh, Luke, what happened to you, man? You talking about this Muhammad stuff all the time. Man, me and you used to get, you know how me and you used to get? Man, I don't understand you now. I don't you the same body and the same mind, the same face, but you ain't the same person. Nah, they used to call me Luke. Luke, you ain't the same, Luke. Yeah, I don't want to be the same. I want to save my life. I had to preserve myself because this guy was after me tooth and nail.